writer. Guys, please, just open up Libre Writer. So I want to show you how to, for example, type up some maths in it. Yeah. Guys, what's wrong? Just open up Libre Writer, please.
Open up what?
Abdullah, are you what, pretending to be stupid or what? I've said it 3 or 4 times now. Do you want me to say it 5 times? Open up Libre Writer. 5. Open up Libre Writer. 6. Open up Libre Writer. 7. So open it up Libre Writer.
I'm trying to open it.
Having the laptop in front of you would be a great help in opening it up.
Listen to you, I open my laptop. I don't want to.
Come on guys, hurry up, why are you so late? Come on. Alright, so we have Writer open. Yeah. So, I think someone was asking me, do you have Writer open? So you get to listen. Yes. So, some people were asking me, but you distracted me. I'm easily distracted. Yeah. I have a bunch of children in front of me right now. Right, so once the Libre Writer is open, some people were asking me last week how to type maths into Libre Writer. Because for your maths assignment, you're going to need to type up equations and formulas and things like that. So I want to go through practicing typing up some simple maths in Libre Writer. Yeah, so you all have Writer open now? Yeah. Yep. Okay. And let me just turn the projector on here. Okay. People who use Microsoft Word, you also have the option of typing maths in it as well, but Libre, you can do the same thing as well. Okay. Projector on? On, yeah. Okay, so up the very top of Libre, you should see, once it opens here, it'll just take a second for me. Up the very top, do you see where it says Insert? Yeah, do you see up the very top of your Libre where it says Insert? You can see it here? Do you see that there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you click Insert, you have that? Yeah, and do you see, well, mine's just gone a bit slow because it just turned on. If you click Insert, you should have a drop down, there we go, and there should be one called Object. You see Object there? Yeah, and then you can see there's one called Formula. You see that one? Yep. Okay, so we'll click Formula then. Yeah. So mine will take a minute. Did you all get that? And did it open?
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine will open as well. Or crash. So on the left you should have a list of boxes now. You see that? And these boxes are for what type of maths you want to type. So for example, one that's difficult to type normally is like a fraction. So if you needed a fraction, you could use that one, for example. So I think we'll just type in, just to start with, we'll just type in a quadratic equation, okay? So I don't think you have to pick anything just yet up the top. You can see there's a little box flashing down here. Can you see that? Yeah, so if we type in here, x squared plus 2x plus 1. If you type the same thing. Now, mine I just need to make it a little bit bigger here. You can't see it on mine because my screen is too small. You can see it there when I type x squared. So if you type x and this symbol with a 2, it'll make your x squared on your page. Yeah? Now I can type more, but you can't quite see it because, like I said, I think my screen is too small. I can't fix it. But if you type in 5x, oh no, it's okay now. Plus 5x plus 1, for example, now you have a quadratic. Yeah. So we're going to just practice typing in different maths formulas. First thing I think you had to type in the math assignment was just 2 linear equations with a and b in it, wasn't it? Yeah, so we'll just type our first example, 5a plus 2b equals 1, and then 6a plus 3b equals 2. Now, oops, I need to go on a new line between them. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do, okay. Have to do it one at a time. So I'll put the first one in, and then I'll do insert object formula, and then I'll put the next one in. Insert object formula. And then underneath that one, I'll put the next one in. 6a plus whatever, 5b equals 2. And if I just double click back here, I can go back to normal mode. So now these are my first 2 equations typed in then. Can you all try and do that? Type in 2 equations of a and b. That's the first thing we'll do. So this was for task 1. So I'll just give you a minute to do that. It shouldn't take you that long. It doesn't matter, we're just practicing typing in formulas, so it doesn't have to be the same. Yeah? Oh, did I type in minus instead of an equals? Yeah. There now.
Yeah, minus.
Yeah. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Did you all manage to type that in? You just need to. Right. So if you think about your assignment, the first thing you have to do is solve the linear equation. So what would you do here? You would say, oh, I multiplied the first one by 6, or maybe I multiplied by 5. So on the next line, I want to put in a multiply. So for example here, if I want to go back to this, well, let me copy it, so I have 2 of them. So let me just copy that down here. No. There. Come on, copy and paste. There we go. So on the next line you say multiply the first one by 6 and the second one by 5. So let me go back to maths mode for this. Okay. Oh my goodness, what did I do?
Go back to maths.
I'm clicking too fast. Let me get rid of that. I accidentally clicked. Right, so if we want to multiply, well, we can have it like this, but we don't have to use these. It's just as easy to type. So the way the type of multiplies in, oops. Okay. Times. And in this case it's times, what did we say? Times 6. Now maybe I'll just make a bit more of a space, or put in brackets or something. So I'm saying times the first one by 6, and then the second one will click it. I think I'll put brackets around it as well, and then I'll say times 5. So now the reader can see, oh, I multiply that one by 6 and that one by 5 then, for example. Okay, try and do the same thing. Put in 2 multiplications at the end. Copy, paste, and add in 2 multiplications. No, that's tough. So at least write down notes. Are you getting the multiply card now? I'm trying to one side. Okay. Okay, alright. No. I can't show you, but Word is actually no, but Word is actually a little bit easier because there's a big there is insert and then there's like insert math formula, I think, or math expression. Yeah. It's on the top in the bar, isn't it? But just like with LibreOffice, you have all the buttons for the different forms you want. So there's a button for a fraction, or there's a button for different things as well. Yeah, so you can pick the form. So like for example, yeah, and you can start typing. So if you type X and then this symbol and 2, and then press space, it makes the X squared. Yeah, well, it's really the same thing. Yeah, LibreOffice everybody can get for free, so this is the reason I'm using it. Not everybody will have Office, Microsoft Office. Yeah. Insert object.
I got
Object. So insert object formula.
dude,
Like
yeah, wait.
type in here.
Oh yeah, you can get it free.
No, it's not here at the moment.
Sir,
Yep.
is
We're
it
gonna
possible to do this at Word as well?
Yes. Okay. So if you think about listen now, we'll do the next part. So if you think about your assignment, after you solve your linear, what's the next thing you might need to type? Yeah, no, the answers I know. So that's just A equals B equals, which is fine. So, yeah, okay, we might as well put that in. So, insert object formula, and again, we'll put in A equals B equals then. But then after that, what else might we need to type? Yeah, well, but even before that, we might want to type in the UN equals. Yeah, so we need to type in the subscript, UN. So that's what we'll do next. Then we just type in the answer, I don't know, A equals 1, B equals 1, for example. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so next let's type in the formula for UN equals A UN minus 1 plus B UN minus 2. So again, insert object formula, and then here we have U underscore N. Did I say UN or, yeah, UN equals A UN minus 1 plus B UN minus 2. So UN equals A, whatever A is, U underscore N minus 1. Now, you need to use these special brackets here.
Did you put a space between the U and the U?
I did, yeah, but you don't need, I don't think it matters, because it won't show really here.
What happens if you use the regular parentheses?
I don't know if it'll still work. This is the normal brackets you use for subscripts and superscripts. I'll check now and see what happens. It works, but it puts brackets in the formula. So if you want it in brackets but not display the brackets. No, sorry, too late, it's 20 past. Sorry. Okay. And the next one, BU underscore brackets n minus 2. And now we have our formula nicely typed. So can you do the same, please? You can put in a number for A and B if you want. You have that? You were able to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. That's an equal.
Which?
You have n equals 1.
Mine.
Yeah, yeah. And that's okay, isn't it? Yeah, you have that. Right, so let's go on to the next part then. So what's the next thing, if you think about your assignment, that you need to be able to type? The lambda and also the powers, isn't it? Isn't that the next thing? So you have un equals ce lambda n, for example. So let's type that now. Insert object formula. So again, we'll have u underscore n equals c. Guys, are you watching? C e power, and then the special brackets again. Actually, let me just scroll down a bit so you can see it. How do I get my lambda? No, I'm trying to remember how to make the lambda. No, that's not it.
Let's try lambda.
Oh, here it is. Here, sorry, this is the symbols here. And let's scroll down and find lambda. Percent lambda, that's what it was.
Oh, wait, why did you find the symbol again?
There's this button up the top right. But if you want to type it manually, you type in percent lambda. And then it will make a lambda symbol. So you can find it like I did, or you can type it in as percent lambda. Okay, try and type that in, please.
Wait, already done.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you need to put it in as two objects. So you need to do this and then go back, press enter, and then make it again. That's two separate objects. Okay, great. Next now. So after this part here, guys, listen. After you have this part of the assignment, what other maths might you need to type? Let me zoom in a bit here.
The R,
Think about the part with the ce lambda n. What would you need? Yeah, well that's just typing the same thing but n minus 1 in the formula. Yeah, I suppose this one should have an n minus 1 in it, shouldn't it? So I'll just put in here bracket n minus 1 or n minus 2. So let's make it n minus 1. Yeah, because when you write it, you write it with the normal brackets. And then here I'll put in n minus 1. So now you can see you have un minus 1 equals ce lambda n minus 1. If you can type that in, and then think about what's the next type of maths we'll need to type. Okay, so what's the next thing now? Think about your assignment. What's the next thing you might need to type? What happens at the end of this section when you use the CE lambda? You get a quadratic and then a log. So we'll need to be able to type a quadratic, the quadratic formula, and logs as well. So first let's just type in a quadratic. So let me just type in a simple quadratic here, and then we'll type in the formula.
Where is that in
What, John?
Where is that in
Yeah, okay, well then I'll just type in one so I don't have it on the screen. So 2x squared plus 5x plus, I don't know, 1 equals 0. And then on the next line we'll type in the answer using the minus b formula. So in your report you could say, something like using the formula, and then you could put in the formula. Insert object formula. Now I don't know if there's any built-in formulas. Maybe not. Right, okay, so we need to make it a fraction. So I'll type the fraction button first. And you can see that it's made the format for me. It says, this is the top over the bottom. So what I type here goes on the top, and what I type here goes on the bottom. So we know what's on the bottom of the formula. What is it? 2a, isn't it? So I'll just put a 2a here. And then on the top, it's minus b. And then you see here you have your plus minus. That's how I made the plus minus. Minus b, plus or minus, and then what else is next? Square root, isn't it? Yeah, now let's see if I remember square root now. Is it percent sqrt? It is not. It is not that either. I'm going to have to find it. Functions. There it is. Square root. Just sqrt. Right. So if you ever need to find what the command to type in is, you can get them from the drop down here. So I went to functions and I could find square root. It's sqrt brackets. So it's minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared. Whoops. Let me just go back here. B squared minus 4ac. Okay, type this in. Minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac, and then over the 2a. Are you using Word? Now, there's a built-in quadratic formula in Word. It's just called down. There. So it's already typed up for you. You can get that by typing it in. Yep. I think you've missed a clause further right here. There's one that comes square root, there's one that comes. Okay. So, what did we say is the next thing you might need to type after this?
Log.
You might need to type in a log, yeah? So that's what we'll do next. So something like taking logs. Guys, do you need me to go back to this? Do you need more time to type this in? No, it's okay? Alright. Taking logs. Insert object formula. And you can find the logs in functions. It's ln. Or if you just want to type it, just type in ln. Yeah. So I think the type of log problems you had in your assignment was something like log 1 plus square root 3 over 4 or something like that. So what we'll put in the inside is our fraction. So if I go back up here to operators and pick fraction. And then what was on the top? Something like 1 plus square root 3, we'll say. 1 plus, now do you remember the quick way to get square root? It's just SQRT, wasn't it? Square root 3, and then we'll say over, I don't know, 2. Okay, let me just go back to that so you can see what I typed. So it might look something like that. Okay, try to type the same thing then. No, now. Yeah. Oh, this? This? Yeah. You need to talk to columns. Yeah, columns. Carol, you need to talk to him. He's the one. The reason I'm doing so Carol is because I like the biology students to use that, as you know. But the problem, he's much more knowledgeable than me, Carol.
Sir?
Yeah.
Tell me how to do this at Word. I mean, I know how to write the equation.
No.
I can't find the.
I want everybody. The reason I asked everybody to install Libre is so that I only have to do one thing once and not the same thing twice. So if I let you to show you how to do it in Word, then someone will say, "How do I do it in a Mac? How do I do it in this program? How do I do it in that?" This way, everybody can install Libre, and I can show everybody at the same time how to do it. Again, you're missing my point. Doing it this way means I only have to do it once, and it works for everybody. I don't have to do the same thing twice. I don't like repeating myself. You've noticed that.
I write it in Libre and I'll copy paste it to Word.
If that works, that works. Yeah. Is this about Word?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Continuing. Hey, listen. So, after the log part, what might we need to do next if you think about your report? Yeah, what type of maths might we need to type next? So we'll have the lambda here. What will we need next? You might have to think further down the report, the thing that you did at the end.
The AR.
Yeah. Do you remember like the sum? The sigma. Yeah, so we might want to type how to type in sums then. Okay. Okay. Insert object formula. Let's see. It's under functions, I think, or no, operators. Yeah. So inside operators, we need to use this one. Can you see that? So we need to have an n equals on the bottom, we need to have a number at the top, and then we need to have our formula inside. So we'll pick this one here, under operators. So, from n equals 1 to n equals 10, and then in here was the formula, wasn't it? What was something like a or n minus 1? A or power bracket n minus 1. Something like that. No, Hisham, too late to come in. Too late to come in, go. Hisham, please. You're too late. Close the door. Thank you.
It's your favorite. No.
I promise you, it's not mutual. Okay. Got that okay? Listen. So, if we're thinking about our assignment, is there any other things that in maths that we might need to type? So we've done linear equations, quadratic equations, subscripts, superscripts, symbols like lambda, operators like sigma, operators like log. I think this covers everything in your assignment, doesn't it? So just a couple of other small little things which you might need for your assignment. If we just go back out of maths mode for a moment. So just one little thing. It doesn't really, guys, doesn't really come up in the maths assignment in semester 1. It will come up in the maths assignment in semester 2. I'm just going to wait.
Oh no.
Guys, be quiet, please. You're making yourselves look stupid. Right. In the maths assignment coursework 1, we don't really need to type in units. We will in coursework 2 and in your chemistry. Please. Now, as I was saying, I have to repeat myself again. In coursework 1 assignment, we don't really need to type units, but we will in the coursework 2 assignment. But I'm sure in your biology and chemistry assignment, you need to type in some units. So I just want to give you some very basic conventions on typing in units. Yeah. So for example, typing in something like kilometers, that's fine, just km. When there is, you might want to write these rules down. When there's a prefix plus a unit, don't use a space. So in other words, don't do K space M. So the K and the M, they shouldn't have a space. Yeah. And also, don't use italics. So the unit should never be in italics. So don't use italics, don't use a space between K and M. I don't know if you knew this already, but it is things that you will be graded on when you give in an assignment, like in biology, for example. So it will be noticed if you're correctly typing in the units the proper way. So no spaces between a prefix like kilo and a unit like meter. Now, if you had something that has 2 units in it, for example, something like Newton and meter, this we do have a space, and space M. So we do use a space. Now, can you see the difference between the two situations? In the first one, it's a prefix and a unit, whereas in the second case, it's a unit and a unit. Yeah? Now, never break units. So, for example, if I had something like 100 Newton meters, watch what happens now if I go to the edge of the page with this. So if I just keep going to the edge here. So you notice that this has broken over 2 lines. Or worse is 100 and then it's broken the unit onto the next line. So we want to prevent this from happening. The number, the prefix and the units, they all need to stay together as one object. So we need to put in a special break called a non-breaking space. So if I just delete these spaces for a moment and put them back in, so it's, let me see, Control, Shift and Space. And then if I go to the next one and type in Control, Shift and Space. I don't think it will print like this. This is just to show you that it's a special space that doesn't break. So now, if I go to the end of the line, watch what happens. They all move together. So the space will not be broken. So never break units. Always use non-breaking space. Always use non-breaking spaces like this. Yeah, I'll write it down here. You type Control, Shift, space all together. So Control, Shift, and then space. All three at once. You got it? Yeah, hold Control, then hold Shift, then hold space.
Got it.
Yeah. You have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have that? Yeah. Now, the next thing. Listen. Type in units. The next thing is if the unit has a power in it. So for example, if we have something like meter squared for area. So let's say we have something like area equals 100 meters squared. Well, remember, I need a non-breaking space. So Control, Shift, space. And then I have a meter. And then to make the squared, you don't use maths mode. You use this option here called superscript. So if I click superscript, click superscript. Oh, come on. Click. And then if I type 2, it will put it up the top. So this is 100 meters squared. Superscript, yeah. This one here. And then you have to click it again to turn it off. So can you type this in? Area equals 100 meters squared. Have you got that? Yeah. Now, the next thing, we don't use slash in units. For example, we don't type m/s, meters per second, or in chemistry and biology we're doing something like with concentration reaction. So like, what's concentration per second or something like that? Per moles or something like that, yeah. So we don't type slash, listen, we don't type m/s, we have to use the power -1. So for example, don't use that, use m. Now, do I have a space or no space now? No space, because meter and seconds are two different units. It's only no space when it's a prefix, like kilo or centi or milli. But if they're two different units, like meters and seconds, we need a space. So M, Control Shift space, and then S, and then no space yet. Actually, we have superscript next. And what do I put in the superscript? -1. So don't write m/s, write m non-breaking space s -1. Got that? Yeah. And the last thing is when you want to show the units of a quantity you're measuring. So for example, if we have something like speed, whoops, turn off superscript. So don't do this, speed, bracket, m/s. So not this, okay? This is not how you show the fact that the speed is in units of meters per second. Do this instead. So we have speed, and when we want to say what the unit is, that's when we use a slash. So we say speed slash, which means in. So speed in space, and what's the units? Meters per second. So that's m. What's next? The non-breaking space. S and superscript -1. Okay, so I know maybe in high school some people would type it in like this with brackets and a slash. This is not the way it's done anymore. If you were reading books or articles, or if you had to write an essay like in biology and chemistry, the proper and appropriate way to type it is like this. -1 per second, and this is to demonstrate that the speed is in units of meters per second. Okay? This, you will get marked on this in your assignment, biology and chemistry. Okay, so we'll leave it there. The best thing you can do is start typing up your assignments so you can remember how to do this. And just before we go, we'll do this the quick way. Group 1, I should have 13 people, so group 1. This is group 1 here, isn't it? Yeah. So hands up please, group 1, I should have 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you see, you confuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we're missing a couple of people. Oh, of course. Hisham. 40? Yeah. Anyone else? Who else?
Adnan is here.
Try
Adnan is here.
Is it just those two? Yeah? Nubla? Yes? Yeah. Mola? Yeah. Ahmed?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Now, group 2, I should have 11 people. So, group 2, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I'm missing 2 people. Well, I see Juliana. Who else? Al-Mohammed. And then group 3, I should have 12. So group 3, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So one person's missing from the group. And the other one I didn't let in. Okie dokie. Right, so the best thing I said is start typing up your coursework now so you can remember all these techniques.
All right.